Hello, I'm Angela Aurora. Welcome to the Oracle book series. Here you'll find interviews with our authors and lots more. We hope you enjoy the show. If you do, remember to click subscribe and share on socials. Hello and welcome to the Oracle book channel. I'm Angela Orora Medway-Smith, and I am absolutely delighted today to have some authors with me from the Magdalene Oracle, Awakening the Power of the Rose. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about our beautiful book, which is going to be available on Amazon on the 22nd of July 2025. So the Magdalene Oracle is an invitation into a sacred journey of remembrance, empowerment, and spiritual awakening. Our authors draw on ancient mystery traditions and contemporary Magdalene teachings, and this groundbreaking collection features voices from across the globe, spiritual teachers, priestesses, healers, and channels who share practices, channeled messages, and stories that can guide readers to reclaim their sovereignty, embody divine love, and to balance the divine feminine and divine masculine aspects. So I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you to, first of all, to Nicolette Reich. Have I said your name right, Nicolette?
It's a German name, Reichl.
Reichl. Nicolette Reichl. So let me tell you a little bit about Nicolette to begin with.
Oh,
Nicolette is a
yes.
somatic voice and sacred sexuality coach. She helps women reclaim their voice, vitality, and erotic aliveness through trauma-informed tantric work. Nicolette's based in France, and she leads pilgrimages honouring Mary Magdalene's sacred legacy. So welcome, Nicolette. I'm so blessed to have you as an author in our incredible collaboration.
Thank you so much. I feel so blessed. It's been an incredible journey. I'm so inspired by everybody that's involved, and especially you. It's phenomenal.
Oh, bless you, Cariad. So tell listeners all about your chapter.
My chapter starts in the cave at Saint-Baume in France. I had walked into her cave with very little experience around spirituality or Mary Magdalene, and I heard her voice say over and over, make sacred what was desacralized. And it felt like an echo over and over again. And I had no idea what to do with that. I had no idea what sacred truly even meant, other than within the context of a church or an institution, which I was in rebellion against. And so for me, the cave was refinding the sacred in me, redefining the sacred and what's the sacred feels in my body, and understanding when I heard, to me now, I believe, Mary Magdalene's voice when she said, make sacred what was desacralized, to understand what was desacralized, and making the connection between, if my body and my heart and my time as a woman is given away, I desacralize not only myself, but the feminine in general, the world, the earth. And so to me, that was one of the most important moments in my entire life. It was really a coming back to what it means to honor myself.
It's a really powerful chapter, Nicolette, really powerful. So would you like to tell listeners about your practice, your sacred practice?
I'd love to. So in the cave, I recorded a meditation and somatic work to put the emphasis back on finding the sacred in yourself, in loving your body, in loving yourself. My sort of soul contract in this world is to make sacred, once again, our bodies, and to make love to it, make love to life. And so that practice is really just a celebration and like sound experience. The fact that it's in the cave to me is very, very important.
Do you know what? All of the practices that we have in this incredible book are so individual and so deep. And I believe you have a recording for people to pick up from your website as well.
Absolutely, yes. They can go to my
Yeah,
website and download it there, and they can listen to that and do the practice just closing your eyes and being led.
thank you. And listening to your voice is going to be so powerful. I'm going to come back to you with the final question in a moment, but so thank you so much. And I would like to invite Aureya to speak next. I'll tell you a little bit about Aureya Magdalen. So, hi, Aureya, all the way from California.
Okay. Greetings. Yes, I'm Aureya Magdalen. Yeah, blessings out to everyone who is involved in this book and who will read it. It is sacred. And yes, I feel like all of our processes to bring it to the public, it created a big blessing for us. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Aureya. So let me tell you about a little bit about Aureya. Aureya Magdalen is a California-based writer, a psychic consultant for humanitarian projects, a master channel, and a teacher of body enlightenment tools. So Aureya offers sessions in private practice and travels to offer psychic consultation for global uplift projects, and also teaches one-on-one personal study at Magdalen University, where she teaches psychic reading and energy work for practitioners. So, you've got a huge array of tools to help people with Aureya. So tell readers what they can expect to hear from your chapter, my darling.
Okay, I'd love to. Um, my chapter is about an experience I had where I was in a relationship tangle and experiencing, rejection and distress. And a big ball of light came, and I asked who it was, and she said it was Anna, Mother Anna, grandmother of Yeshua. And she said to me, it's time now for you to step up. You've suffered in being human long enough, and it's time for you to step up. And she brought me to a circle of women, much like our Magdalene authors, a circle of Magdalene women, and they basically kind of consecrated my energy system back into full alignment with my lineage. And oh, I really was never the same again. And yeah, so I'm just going to go forward with the practice because it's all the same, I think. So the practice that I offered was a time like probably 30 years earlier when I was a young psychotherapist, and Mary Magdalene came to me, and she said, all of you young healers are so focused on giving. You're just, we were still all working in relationship cords and draining ourselves and, back then. And she's like, you must learn to receive. You must learn to basically what we're all teaching now, right? To bring the light into your own bodies. And she gave me a practice. One was putting the hands straight up into your own channel, and letting the light come down into the heart. And the other one was a kind of like Angelic Resonance, our new book from Angela and Savante, to imbibe, you know. So it was to bring the light really through the mouth and digestive system. And yes, so it's such a blessed time. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Aureya. And I've tried many of the practices, and I've tried your practice, and seemingly simple practices have enormous impact, you know, and I mean, I just can't wait for people to experience them. I'm just so excited about the book. And thank you for hearing the call and being part of our wonderful, the Magdalene sisters who have brought this together. Thank you so much. So I'll circle back to you in a moment. But I'd like to introduce the Reverend Dr. Tracey Ulshafer. And Tracey, who comes to us from New Jersey, is a doctor of ministry and timeless true one. And her passion for healing has guided her to travel to global power places to reconnect with reciprocal healing and share it with others locally and abroad in our ongoing efforts towards unity and oneness consciousness. So welcome, Tracey. I'm so happy that you're here. And it's been wonderful to connect with you over this project and other projects, and connect with you in person as well. So tell readers all about your chapter, Cariad.
Well, at first, I want to say I feel so honored and grateful to be a part of this book with so many other amazing women. And we have so much to share with the world with healing. So thank you for this opportunity to be here today. My chapter is called She Calls, and it's receiving the Magdalene's messages through sacred sites. So I have I've been traveling the world for a very long time. And I noticed that I always got called to these particular places, whether they were ancient temples or sacred places, which could have been just in nature, and realized that there was something kind of similar that kept pulling me back, calling me back to them. 2 years ago now, almost, I think it was 2 years ago, I was in Egypt for the first time, which is a massive trip for anybody who's ever been to Egypt. I know Angela has, maybe some of you. So I've done a lot of work over the years, goddess work, earth-based spiritual work, all kinds of traditions, and then through my interfaith practices. I didn't expect to have such a profound experience in Philae. I didn't know at the time the connection between Isis and the Magdalene. So I went in just open, and we had a private ceremony before sunrise in Philae, and immediately sitting in her in the Holy of Holies, she came, and I was really, wow, okay. I didn't expect this. I thought I was just going to chill here, meditate for a little bit, but what I saw were this profound vision and a very, very stern talking to about getting back to my work. And that was mimicked from a time that she came to me in Peru at the Moon Temple. So it's this repeated like message of, okay, honey, I know life is busy, but there's work to be done, and we need to get to it, and we need to help others to find it. So that's what my chapter is about. And I think at the end I circle to Glastonbury, where I was and met Angela in person in London last summer, and at the Magdalene Temple there. Very different Magdalene energy, much softer. But I think she was also happier with me at that point for embracing more of the energy. So very profound experience that I share in the book.
Yeah, and you know, I love the way that all of the authors have written, and you feel as if you're a fly on the wall, and you are experiencing what they experience. So thank you for sharing that. So tell us about your sacred practice, Tracey.
The sacred practice is really about unification and oneness. So it's embracing the divine feminine and the divine masculine within your being, creating that inner harmony. So my work for the last 10 years has been a focus on unification energies and harmonizing energies within, as I truly believe that what is within is without. So our outer world is mimicking what's going on here inside. So it is called Transmuting Duality with the Divine Feminine and Masculine for Unification Within.
Thank you. And again, I mean, it's so rich. It really is a beautiful practice. And I can't wait for our readers and listeners to the audiobook to get their hands on it and actually experience it. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Yeah.
So last but not least, I would love to introduce Eloise Bennett. And it's interesting, we've kind of segued through the authors, and there's been a thread that's been running through because Eloise is based in Glastonbury. Eloise is an author, an ordained Magdalene Rose priestess, Seraphim channel, and creator of the Magdalene Rose Healing Oracle. She's founder of Seraphina Temple of Light, is a spiritual teacher, womb keeper, intuitive coach, and healing arts master with 30 years of transformational experience. She's also Welsh like me. So we have that in common. So Eloise, I am overjoyed that you are part of our beautiful, beautiful book. Tell our readers and listeners all about your chapter, my darling.
So hello everybody, and thank you so much, Angela, for this beautiful opportunity, and everybody within the Magdalene Circle. It's such an honor to be here at this time and to be sharing this knowledge and wisdom. So my chapter is called Awakening the Magdalene Oracle Within. And my oracle journey seemed to begin when I was born, really. I always have been an oracle. I always have been psychic, and I closed it down. But it deepened in 2014 when I went through a really, really big dark night of the soul. My mother had recently passed over. I'd broke up with my fiance. I'd lost my two beautiful temple cats that were in their 20s. And I was living in Pembrokeshire, Wales, teaching all over the world, running a big therapy centre, and I was heading for burnout. And my guides came in and said, "You've got to make a change." So I went on a trip to Glastonbury, where I would be visiting very often, and I went to pray at the Chalice Well. And my guides came in and said, "You've got to totally transform your life. You've got to move to Glastonbury and to start your journey there." So I thought, well, why not? Why not give it a go? So I came. I came to Glastonbury and I started to walk the earth in Glastonbury, the Chalice Well, the Abbey, the Tor. And the more I walked the earth, I could hear Mary Magdalene whispering. And she reminded me of something that was very, very important to all of us during that time of being a Magdalene. She reminded me that we are not human doings, we are human beings. And in order to serve and to support people around us, including our partners, our children, our friends, our family, our clients, we have to fill up our chalice and our cup first. So that's what she taught me. I went on a really big journey, a dark night of a soul, and a journey to really look at self-love. And she gave me the most beautiful, beautiful daily practice where you would connect. I was already doing a daily practice, but this was specific to the divine feminine and the Magdalene. She reminded me of the importance to connect to the earth, to connect to Mother, Father, God, to connect to my womb and my heart space. And she crafted a beautiful myrrh blend, an essential oil blend that would help my healing and my transformation. And she gave me affirmations, invocations, and specific crystals to work on my heart and my womb. And that practice totally transformed my life. It enabled me to channel my Magdalene Rose modality and to create the Magdalene Rose Oracle. And because it was such an epic journey, I just wanted to share that particular practice that's been tweaked, for those that are going to be, reading the book. But I wanted to share it because it was so beautiful and had such an impact. It totally reorientated my life. So yeah, just so grateful to her for that.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing that beautiful practice as well. It is absolutely beautiful. And all of our authors have been so generous with not just having the practices in the book, but having them downloadable as links as well. So you can download these incredible gifts over and above what you're receiving within the book from the links in the book. So thank you, everybody for doing that. So I'm going to circle back to the beginning and ask Nicolette a question now. So, Nicolette, what's the one takeaway that you would like readers and listeners of the Magdalene Oracle to come away with?
That your body can bring you to the divine, that the sacred, either you are sacred the way you are, and it's just about bringing your awareness back to yourself, that you go and flow back into the God vein.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the same question to Aureya.
Yes, I'm just really finding myself so touched when each of you are speaking. Thank you. Yeah, I feel that one of the main things I'm bringing and reminding people is that we all have a spiritual lineage. And I channel a group of guides called the Command 1221. And they are linking, most of my clients are kind of light worker teachers type, and they're really linking them, to their larger being. And the guides that come in are, linked to that person's lineage. They might be Pleiadian, or they might be from the Melchizedek wisdom tribes, or Native American, and it just feels that it's a time for us, in order to bring the frequency that we really incarnated to be, right? To help bring awareness to, and really just help ignite, that these frequencies for people. It's for people to ask within, to be really reunited with, usually there's several lineages. Like I have a dragon lineage, for example, and this is where our joy is. So, yeah.
Bless you. Thank you so much, Aureya. And Tracey, would you like to tell us the one key takeaway that you want readers to have from your chapter and your practice?
The message that I received many years ago was, there's no more time for playing small. And I think we all say that in our own way. As the women of the world, and I know that men will be reading this book as well, but we're the healers. And so stepping into those gifts and embracing those gifts and allowing ourselves to create the healing within and then for the world, I think is what the most profound thing that I can say. Not just for my chapter, for the whole book.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And you know, it's interesting how many of us have had those messages. I had the exact same, well, I had the message, the time for play is over, it's time to work now, from my guides about 10 years ago. And it really kicked me and propelled me into action. So yeah, we're listening and we are following our soul's path. So Eloise, would you like to tell us the one key takeaway you want readers to have from your chapter and your practice, Cariad? And the book, obviously.
Thank you. Well, I think really it's the teachings of Mary Magdalene that we can't pour from an empty cup. The most important thing for all of us now is to practice self-love, to fill up our own chalice so that we have more to give to others, you know, and it's really simple, connecting to the earth, connecting to Mother, Father, God, our heart and our womb. And just that simple practice can transform your life. And I think that's really what Mary Magdalene wants to remind us of, you know, and that's the way of love in the new earth.
Bless you, Cariad. Thank you so much. So to everybody listening, thank you so much for listening. You can find the social connections for each of the authors at the bottom of the video. If you're listening to the video before we launch on the 22nd of July 2025, you can head over to the Facebook page, the Oracle Book Series Facebook page. If you are listening to it after our launch in July, then you can find our beautiful book on Amazon. We hope you enjoy it, and our wish for you is to bring what your soul needs from our book. And every one of us sends so much love to you this day. Bless you.